a lot of little thing in a song that implies that your wife is unfaithful, and then when you come at him directly, he's like, what's with all the hate? I'm all love. It's like, no.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Renée-Suzanne, and I am here with something just a little bit different, but to help me out with these Kendrick Lamar reactions I've been doing. I came across the comedian Josh Johnson, who has a bit that we're gonna react to. It's called the Drake versus Kendrick Explained to White People. So I'm thinking this should help me. Okay? But it's a long skit, or a long bit, and we're not going to do the whole thing. We're just going to get the gist of it.
I don't know if you've been following this, maybe not. I just realized how white this room is. I mean, it's pop culture. You probably heard about it. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching this whole Drake and Kendrick.
More people than me.
My.
He's so dry.
What a time to be alive. All right, so Drake and Kendrick, they are rappers, sir. They're rappers. Okay, just...
Now I know.
I want to make sure everybody... And I'm not acting like I know. You might bump Kendrick all the...
Okay, now, but at least now I know that it's not hip-hop. It's considered rap, right? I mean, that's what he said.
Time. You might be a big Pimp a Butterfly fan. You know, I'm just checking. So, Drake and Kendrick's relationship actually goes back way further than people realize, because Drake brought Kendrick with him on tour when Kendrick was like just starting to pop, but Drake was already a big deal, right? And it seemed like they were cool. You see these old interviews, they're in pictures together, they have such nice things to say about each other, and then along the line, something changed. Something happened. And we don't know what that thing is really, but they both started to kind of like go at each other in small ways. And some people take it all the way back to the Control verse. Kendrick did a verse in a song on, it was actually a Big Sean song. Big Sean.
So they were okay for a while at the beginning, it sounds like, until maybe the cause being some verse that Kendrick did on someone else's track. Interesting. Okay.
As a rapper, sir. These are... I just want to... All of these are just names, and I want to make sure that we're all up to speed. So he did a verse on a Big Sean song called Control, but it blew up so much it became Kendrick's verse. It became the Control verse, which is crazy. And in that verse, he went at everybody. He called people out by name, you know? And he said, I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you. I'm trying to make sure that your fans don't even love you anymore. They love me so much. I'm coming for the crown. I'm coming for everything, right? And just about everybody thought that it was actually pretty dope. It was actually like, okay, hip-hop as a sport. Like hip-hop as, you know.
Now it's hip-hop.
A fun thing, a contest to see who's actually the best, because everybody calls them.
So, well, what is it? Now he's calling it hip-hop.
When you look around, you're like, one of y'all has to actually be first, right? How can y'all even all claim to be first? This is confusing.
Yeah.
And so he releases the Control verse. Now, this is something, maybe this is where it started. It's where a lot of people say it started, but maybe it was something else. But Drake seemed to take some sort of issue with the love that Kendrick was getting for that verse, with him being called out, even though he's someone that helped, you know, Kendrick out in the beginning. But even in interviews,
Ego.
Kendrick explained himself. He said, like, this is a contest to see who's the best. It's all love, right? But Drake,
Ego. It's always the male ego. What did Drake do?
Drake has, I'm trying to be fair. Drake has a lot of feelings, and you can tell because he has a lot of albums. And there are feelings on every one of those albums. And some people don't have several albums worth of feelings. Some people only have 4 or 5 albums worth of feelings, you know? And some people decide when to let it out, and he just lets it out on a pretty tight schedule, a pretty regimented schedule of release.
So Drake is very prolific, much more prolific. Is that what I'm getting at? Okay, let's go ahead a little bit here.
And then Kendrick even does a little bit of the same. But even after a little bit of this had kicked off, they still worked together 1 or 2 more times, right?
Okay.
Because Drake was on Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick's album, and Kendrick was on Take Care. So there's still at least a professional relationship there to some degree, right? Fast forward
Please.
a few years, and Drake's really big. And when I say really big, he's like what Bad Bunny is now, he was back then, like top in the world, right? Everybody wanted to be Drake. Everybody wanted to sing a little bit of Drake. He was #1 on Spotify. Every time he released, it was a big deal. And so some people, admittedly, were very jealous of Drake.
Okay.
You know, there were people who started to go at Drake a little bit. And Drake is a good writer. He may have writers that he works with. He may have like everyone in the room. This is like punctuation.
Is that like a thing? Like, is that sort of the dig at him too? Maybe he has writers. Maybe he's not writing it all himself.
Or anything, because the names are going to get weirder as I go, right?
Okay.
Meek Mill came at Drake, and Drake
Meek Mill.
really, truly, even if you hate Drake, Drake destroyed Meek Mill.
Okay.
He destroyed Meek Mill so bad that Meek Mill had to go back to jail just to level out some of that street cred. Because if you remember, Meek Mill went back to jail for a while on like this weird aspect of probation that they even tried to get changed as a law. So then Meek Mill became this like face of changing incarceration and changing the criminal justice system, everything, because he had to do something else for a little while because Drake really ate him up. All right. But a lot of little thing in a song that implies that your wife is unfaithful, and then when you come at him directly, he's like, what's with all the hate? I'm all love. It's like, no. The best way I can describe it is that Drake kind of fights like a cat.
Oh.
And some rappers fight like dogs. And so, you know, he'll do a little paw and he'll be like, what's the issue? And so Drake went at Pusha T.
Who the hell is
which
that?
was a true mistake. This is the thing about people like Pusha T, right? You don't want to mess with anyone who's actually had a hard life.
Got it.
You know, like, Drake grew up in Canada, grew up with, like, it's just, this is my thing. A lot of people come at Drake because all I do is hang out with my wife and my kids and I write, Drake. This is all that I do.
Drake.
I enjoy this. This is my favorite thing to do is just sit at home and hate you and write songs about you and how much I hate you. So I can go forever. This will never be over. We can chill. We can just go back and forth and I'll release 20 for every one that you release. You keep saying that it's a 1v20 and it is. It's one of you and it's 20 songs of me every single day until the both of us die. This is old black man hate. You got to understand, this doesn't happen This doesn't happen with people under 60 almost ever. This is old. This is old, old, old. We knew each other during the civil rights movement hate that he brought to this battle. And Drake was like, guys, I thought we were rhyming. And in Meet the Grams, you know, he laid it down. He started the song by talking to Drake's son. Talking to Drake's son, being like, I'm sorry that's your father. Genuinely, I'm sorry that's your father because I can tell he's not raising you well, because I can tell he's not living a good life and he's not a decent man, okay? And so if you don't understand this right now because you're 6, play it back when you're 18, okay?
Wow. Wow. Family is not off limits? A 6-year-old boy? Oh my God. I'm skipping ahead. We're not only getting the white person version, we're getting the abridged version.
Because, you know, it's a rap battle, 2 dudes that hate each other. Maybe they're lying, who knows? But I'm just saying, this thing, I didn't want to see anything bad happen to either one of them. But when Meet the Grams got released, I don't know what Drake thinks, and I don't know what his life is like, especially right now. But I think back to those battles and those beefs in the 90s, and I wonder if Drake wasn't like, I'd like to be shot, please. Like if you could just plug me one time, and then we can smooth the thing over.
Oh, wow.
Because then, as if Meet the Grams wasn't enough, Kendrick released a song called Not Like Us,
Yes.
which is the catchiest way to call somebody a I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, so that's what Not Like Us. I've seen that floating around, but I never have listened to it. I thought everything maybe started with Not Like Us, but okay. Okay.
You be dancing to it, forgetting what the song is about. Like, you know. And then Drake released The Heart Part 6. And I think that's when he lost. I think. Because in The Heart Part 6, he's like, this was all part of my plan. We fed you information about me for you to say. So everything that you said is wrong. And don't you feel dumb now that I tricked you? And it just kind of felt like, you know, like what a kid, okay, you know, like when you play rock, paper, scissors, and you do rock, and the other kid does scissors, and you're like, and they're like, no, actually, these are lasers. Ba-pow, 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 ba-pow. Because I was like, Drake, if it was part of your plan to feed Kendrick information about you for him to rap about very well, by the way, like even if those are lies, they do sound good and they sound very true. Even if you fed him all this information about you to rap about to then look dumb when it was wrong, why'd you send him that stuff? That's the worst stuff you could send somebody.
Okay. That's like really, really goofy. Like, that's like trying to say, oh, this was just all a lie and made up and haha, you fell for it kind of thing. Oh, no, I don't want to. Okay.
Feel like Drake should just release some songs about some feelings.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. All right, so Drake is all about writing about his feelings. I get that now. And Kendrick, I guess, came at him pretty hard, but then, and I guess if it's a battle back and forth, like you mentioned, like Josh Johnson mentioned, you know, in the 90s, there were winners, right? Somebody won the battle. And so I'm assuming a lot of people say that Kendrick won that kind of diss battle. Not only because of the prolific nature of his writing, but for the actual things and digs that he took at Drake. And that Drake tried to just say, ha ha ha, we fed you all that information, and it was all lies, so it's all, you know, the joke's on you. Which sounds really kind of childish. But, okay, I think I understand Josh Johnson. I think I understand better now. I appreciate the explanation. And I realize now that I can expect some pretty rough stuff, maybe, Kendrick Lamar. And I can expect a lot of songs about feelings and emotions from Drake. I got it. If you guys liked this video, give me a thumbs up, like this, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to go and find Josh Johnson, the comedian, on the internet, wherever he has social media as well. I'm going to link the original video down below so you can watch that whole thing, but I think I got the gist of it. But will I understand their songs from here forward? That Josh did not help me with. So, yeah, I'm still going to be a newbie on this journey, so bear with me. If you'd like to support this channel as I'm growing and trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, there are a couple of links in the description below where you can support the channel in different ways, and I would appreciate that. Also, one of the links is an affiliate link to coaching services from the LFR family. And if you have a YouTube channel, you have a business, you are an artist of some sort or a coach already of some sort, this is the coach for you. This is the program for you. I will get a commission if you join the course through the affiliate link in my description, but all of the benefit will be yours. So, until I see you next time, my friends, it is goodbye, but it is only goodbye for now.